Hello everyone, tonight we're going to be doing some Jeopardy for the Wii. A game that was probably going to get me hit with at least one VOD mute and potentially copyright claim, because it plays the actual Jeopardy music. Got the classic, allow adequate room around you during gameplay, put on and tighten the wrist strap. We don't need any of that because it's Jeopardy for the Wii. You're not gonna be swinging anything around.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, folks, and welcome.
This is Jeopardy!
Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
Nah, I don't think I need reaction. You will not need to include the articles the, N, or A so that contestants of all ages can enjoy playing Jeopardy in a casual setting. Right? Yeah, computer players, number of players 1. Unfortunately, I am unable to create any Miis, so I have to choose one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this guy. So I could go for like high definition Matt from Wii Sports. You know, I think I can manage hard.
This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are... Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, folks, and welcome. Here we go. The Jeopardy round is where we start, as always. The first round of play today has these categories for you. Make no mistake. A nude awakening. Which president's cabinet? States of the Union. Number, please. And be fruitful and multiply. All right, let's get back into this. Player one has control.
What do you mean get back into this, Alex?
At the screen, press the A button to select a clue. In Wagner's Ring Cycle, this Norse god is known as Donner.
Oh no.
Let's hear it, player one.
I
Select
will.
letters by pointing the Wii remote at the screen and then pressing the A button.
Oh, hard mode is. Hard mode is you type it in. It has nothing to do with. Is it Odin? No.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player three. No.
It's not Loki either, apparently.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player two. Yep. Player two, back to you for our next selection. In 1953, he produced the first issue of Playboy for $10,000.
I'm not gonna buzz in on this one. I don't know anything about the history of Playboy.
Player two, you pick again, please. No buts about it. David Caruso, Jimmy Smits, and Dennis Franz all turned the other cheek on this cop show. It's player three. Ah, good. Please pick again, player three. Kathleen Turner and Jerry Hall weren't close-minded, playing Mrs. Her in the stage version of The Graduate. We're talking about Robinson. Choose again, player three. In Roman myth, Nenia, whose name means dirge, presided over these ceremonies. Okay, player one.
Almost certainly funerals, right?
Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word from the autocomplete menu.
Because I mean, dirge. That's. I believe that's a thing that is used in some funerary traditions.
The god Khnum made humans on a potter's wheel, using silt from this river.
I mean, if it's not the Nile,
you are correct.
Like if it wasn't the Nile, that would be weird.
Again, player one. In a Botticelli painting, Zephyrus, the west wind, is blowing this full-figured newborn to shore. Let's hear it, player one.
Hold on. Because if it's a painting, I think it is. Then the correct answer would be Venus.
Good. On the plus side again.
Because it's the birth of Venus.
Mom, and spent a lot of time in the water. Yes, player two.
Aww.
Sorry.
Really?
Any other takers?
You know, I'm gonna go for it then. think I misspelled it.
Anyone else? Okay,
Or, it could be one of the Titans.
that is correct.
Oh, fuck off.
Select again.
You really, like... Because I misspelled...
Sunday night TV news program. Player 1. Hey, you're right. We return to you, player 1. Highest number you can throw with just one standard die.
Standard die, I assume, who means a d6, so... 6?
Correct. Great, you're back into it now. Choose again, player 1. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
In target archery, an arrow that hits the outer white ring is worth 1 point. The inner blue scores 6, and a shot in the center yellow scores this many.
I have no idea.
Here's the correct response. 10.
I actually thought that maybe it was going to be 10.
Of 80, 800, or 1800, the approximate length in miles of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Here's the response we were looking for. 800. You get to pick again, player 1. Barack Obama is officially listed as this number U.S. president. Yes, player 1.
45, isn't it?
Nope.
No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player 2. Right.
Yeah, I was off by 1.
Player 2, pick again. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
This state's flag featuring the Big Dipper was designed by a 13-year-old Aleut boy.
Yes, player 1.
I want to say that's... I'm pretty sure that's Alaska.
Right. You again, player 1. With a population of about 120,000, Columbia is this state's most populous city. Player 1.
Wait, hold on. You know what? Sure, I'll try it. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Correct. Any other takers? Let's hear it, player 2. That's it.
Yeah!
Player 2, you pick again, please. Mississippi and it have the shortest coasts on the Gulf of Mexico, only about 50 miles apiece. It's player 3. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna...
Okay, player
I'm not
2.
gonna...
Good.
Oh, I would have gotten it right. I was gonna say... Oh, man.
Player 2, back to you for our next selection. This state has the highest average altitude of any state east of the Mississippi. Must be pretty mountainous. It's player 2. That's correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Please pick again, player 2. Tears were shed when the Teddy Bear Museum in Naples in this state closed its doors forever in 2005. Let's hear it, player 2. Right. Player 2, back to you. Trying to escape his teen idol image, this Partridge Family star posed nude for Rolling Stone in 1972. Player 3? You got it. You've got some money again. We return to you, player 3. Multiply 5 times 5 times 5 to get this. Yes, player 1.
Good. Give me questions on numbers, especially because times 5 times 5. That'd be 75. What?
Any other takers?
5 times 5 times 5. Oh yeah.
Player 2.
Yeah, because 5 times 5 is 25.
Good for you. You get to pick again, player 2. It's 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. Okay, player 1.
12 times 5 is 60. Twelve times 5 is 60. $360?
Yes. We return to you, player 1. It's negative 10 times 6 times negative 9. It's player 2. Oh, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
I am completely blanking on how to multiply negative numbers, so I'm gonna let Samuel have this.
You again, player 3. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. Choose again, player 2. Secretary of State Dean Rusk, both JFK and him. Yes, player 3. Yes. Player 3, back to you. 17 times 2 times 6 equals this. Okay, player 1.
17 times 2. 34. So it'd be 180. Yeah.
No, that's not right. Anyone else?
It's not 1. That's for sure.
It's player 2. That's right, way to go. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. 33 times 33 equals this. Let's hear it, player 1.
Could it be 90? Could be 999.
Sorry,
No.
that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up
There's
with
gonna be another 9 in there.
Here's what we were looking for. 1,089.
Oh.
Select again. It's the Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. How much? And the clue. Secretary of Education William Bennett. Secretary of State George Shultz. That puts you even further ahead. Please pick again, player 2. Secretary of Labor George Shultz. Attorney General John Mitchell. Player 2. Yes. Player 2, you pick again, please. His nude descending a staircase, number 2, shocked viewers at the Armory show.
Oh, I should know this. Like, I feel like
Player
if...
3.
Like, that is at least the most recognizable thing that was mentioned in that entire category.
James R. Garfield, Secretary of War William Howard Taft. Here's the correct response. Theodore Roosevelt. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Geography. Fictional females. In the neck. Food words and phrases. Historic names. And Best Female Rock Vocal Grammys. Hey, it's still anyone's game, and player one, someone suddenly saying flattering things to you may just be doing this, like you'd do to bread. Okay, player one.
Man, it's a good thing that they have the little autocomplete.
This condiment's name once meant the genuine article, so to cut it meant to be good enough. It's player one.
Believe cut the mustard. Is the phrase.
We return to you, player one. When a baseball player barely makes a catch, the way the ball and the glove look is known as this sweet treat. Let's hear it, player two.
Yeah!
Player two, pick again. It's something added, perhaps piped on, to make a good thing even better. Player one.
Icing. Because you pipe on icing.
That's it. And you're back into some money. Please pick again.
No, I'm actually not.
A woman's sleeve that's full at the top and gathered at the wrist is called leg of this. Let's hear it, player three. Correct. You again, player three. Cities in this large South American country include Mendoza, Rosario, and Mar del Plata. The correct response is Argentina. Choose again, player three. The Mabinogion is an important collection of myths and tales from this UK country. It's player two. Yeah, good.
Yeah, of course, Jamie always gets.
A castle
Doesn't always chime in.
dominates the port of Kyrenia on this island nation near Lebanon. Here's the correct response. Cyprus. Select again. Oil up with some serious sunscreen as you trek to Alice Springs, the center of this nation's vast red center. Here's the correct response. Australia. You get to pick again, player two.
Yeah, let's just run
The African country with port cities on both the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. Yes, player two. Yes. Player two, back to you for our next selection. This Nabokov nymphette first appears peering over dark glasses. Player two. Yes. Player two, you pick again, please. Isadora Wing is the lusty heroine of this 1973 Erica Jong bestseller. Okay, player two. That is correct. Player two, back to you for our next...
Samuel, you're really You should really start chiming in on some of these.
The first of the daily doubles. You are in the lead right now. What'll it be? All right, here's your clue. Becky Thatcher is in Tom Sawyer. This Becky is the heroine of Vanity Fair. Congratulations, you're still in first. Player 2. Select again. This title heroine tries to set up her friend Harriet with Mr. Elton and is dismayed when Elton proposes to her instead. Let's hear it. Player 2.
Of course it's player 2.
That's correct. You again, player 2. This Sue Grafton detective was once part of the Santa Teresa Police Department. Player 3.
Finally, Samuel
No, sorry.
tries something.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 2. That's right, way to go. Choose again, player 2. In 1955, Ngo Dinh Diem became the first president of this country that no longer exists. It's
Is it Siam? Because it sounds...
That's not right.
No?
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Well, I think he was a...
Yes, player 3. You got
Oh,
it.
South Vietnam, yeah. He was a little off.
To you. This Apache tried to keep peace with the Palefaces, but after his death, his son joined with the militant Geronimo. Here's the response we were looking for. Cochise. Please pick again, player 3. In 312, emboldened by the sight of a cross in the sky, this man defeated the Emperor Maxentius and seized Rome. Player 2. You are correct. Player 2, you pick again, please. 1995. You ought to know. Here's what we were looking for. Alanis Morissette. Player 2, pick again. 1994. Come to my window. Let's hear it.
Oh,
Player
Samuel
3.
Samuel is chiming in.
Good.
Samuel knows
You get
something.
to pick again, player 3. Margaret Roper, who died in 1544, is said to have been buried with the head of this Utopia author, her father. Yes, player 2. Yep. We return to you, player 2. Vienna's imperial palace is now home to the president. In Mozart's time, it was home to the head of state, this archduchess. It's player 3. Hey, you're right. You again, player 3. Curly made his woo-woos and nyuk-nyuks in this hollow chamber, also called the voice box. Okay, player 3. Right. Player 3, pick again. In emergencies, this neck operation may be performed with a penknife and the empty shell of a pen. We're talking about a tracheotomy. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. These arteries carry blood to the head. A blockage in one may lead to an ischemic stroke. Player 2. Sorry. Anyone else?
Should know this, but I'm blanking on it. So
The correct response is the carotid arteries.
oh, I don't think I had it any.
Pick again, player 3.
Regardless.
1979. Hot stuff. It's player 2. Right.
Yeah!
Select again. 1981. Fire and ice.
I think I've pretty much just lost because
Player 2.
I don't think I'm gonna get any of these.
Player 2. You pick again, please. This gland makes its hormones by combining iodine with the amino acid tyrosine. Yes, player 1.
I don't know, is it the thyroid? Is the thyroid even in the neck?
That's correct. You're out of
Alright, I can at least
player 1.
participate in Final Jeopardy. Or maybe I'll...
The second daily double. Player 1. You're in last place.
Yeah, I'm going to...
The gap. What are you going to wager?
No, Alex, I'm not going to be able to close the gap.
About 10 inches long, it passes through the neck and goes past the heart, through the diaphragm, and into the stomach.
Yeah, I'm super not closing the gap, Alex.
Sorry, that's wrong. Here's what we wanted. The esophagus.
Oh.
And the last clue for $2,000. 2,000. There goes the neighborhood.
Well, at least I only lost $200, so...
Let's hear it, player 3.
I can still participate in Final Jeopardy.
That's wrong. Any other takers?
And maybe even get second place.
Here's what we were looking for. Sheryl Crow. I'll see you all for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. So much depends on how you do in the Final Jeopardy category, which today is U.S. politics. Please enter your wager.
I might as well just bet it all.
Plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. And the clue reads, since 1960, only Massachusetts and this state have produced more than one of the 10 Democratic presidential nominees.
You don't...
And your response?
Just taking a wild guess.
And that will lose you. What did you put as your response? And that correct response will pass.
Yeah, I'm in last. Because... Well... Maybe...
What did you say? With that correct response, you will gain congratulations, player 2. You're the winner. So long.
I have to select my... Oh, and I can... Oh, I have to... Oh, well, I can change the color of my suit. I can also do a signature. Oh, this is... There we go. That's yeah, I'm gonna go hard again.
This is Jeopardy! Player one, and now.
For this game, the categories are defined in the OED. Did you plan it that way? Books and authors. Drink it, dance it, or drive it. Quoth the Raven. Notice the spelling. And the Founding Fathers. Player one, you start us off. Orbiting at about 67 million miles, it's the second planet from the Sun. It's player one.
Pretty sure that's
Point to the bottom of the
Mars.
screen and press the A button to select letters.
Because Mars is one of our closest neighbors. It's very warm.
No.
Oh, actually, no.
Anyone else?
Apparently not.
Yes, player three. Good.
Oh, yeah.
You get to pick again, player three. Its moon, Ganymede, is the largest in the solar system. Okay,
Isn't
player one.
Ganymede's a moon of Jupiter, isn't it? Watch it be Saturn.
Some letters. Feel free to select your word from correct. Great, you're back into it now. Choose again, player one. The least dense planet in the solar system. It would actually float if you could find a big enough tub to put it in. Player
I think
one.
that's probably Saturn.
You are correct. We return to you, player one. In 2005, NASA experimented with a low-pressure greenhouse to grow plants on this carbon dioxide-rich planet.
That's gonna be Mars, isn't
Let's hear
it?
it, player one. That's right. Way to go. Player one, you picked in 1781. It became the first planet discovered in modern times.
Hmm.
Okay, player three.
Oh, it's not Pluto.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player one.
Could it be Uranus?
Hey, you're right. Select
You mean Pluto's a solid guess? That's on that one.
cabriolet. Let's hear it, player two. That is correct. You get to pick again, player two. Hambo. Player three. That's correct. You again, player three. Kirsch. Here's the correct response. drink it.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was probably a drink because, like, we'd had a dance, we'd had a vehicle.
It's player 2. Good for you. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Wapala. Let's hear it. Player 2. Right. Player 2, pick again. This character has gone psycho long before he says, "She might have fooled me, but she didn't fool my mother." Here's the correct response. Norman Bates. Choose again. Player 2. Kathleen Quinlan finds comfort talking to shrink Bibi Anderson in I Never Promised You a This. We're talking about Rose Garden. We return to you, player 2. As John Nash in this movie, Russell Crowe does quite a bit of talking to people who don't exist. Okay, player 3.
Oh, we've actually got some chiming.
Right you are. Hey, you're on the plus side. Player 3, back to you. This Johnny Depp character tells his psychiatrist, "You are a great lover like myself." Yes, player 2. Yep. Player 2, back to you for our next selection.
Surprise, surprise, player 2 has the daily double again.
Decide on your wager, player 2. Answer? In Quills, this author muses, "My glorious prose filtered through the minds of the insane. They might improve it." You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Please pick again, player 2. In early April of 1775, William Dawes, Samuel Prescott, and this man rode to warn patriots to move military stores from Concord.
It's not going to be Paul Revere, is it?
The correct response is Paul Revere.
I didn't even think he counted.
3 years after writing the Declaration of Independence, he succeeded Patrick Henry as Virginia governor. Player 2. Correct. Choose again. Player 2. On July 3rd, 1776, he wrote to his wife Abigail that the colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, pick again. And here's Kelly.
A 1775 letter from this founding father to the Pennsylvania Journal is thought to have inspired the Don't Tread on Me flag.
Here's the response we were looking for. Benjamin Franklin. Player 3, back to you. In Public Good, this pamphleteer called for Virginia to cede land needed to form a strong central government. Okay, player 2. Yes. You again, player 2. In 2003, Mitch Albom had a #1 bestseller with The 5 People You Meet in Here. Let's hear it, player 2. Good. Select again. In 1947, he published his first story collection, Dark Carnival. Fahrenheit 451 came 6 years
What just happened there?
Yes, player 3. Good. Player 3, you pick again, please. In Willa Cather's O Pioneers, the heroine, Alexandra Bergson, is of immigrant stock from this country. Here's what we wanted. Sweden. You get to pick again, player 3. The director of an orchestra or chorus. It's player 1.
That'd be the conductor, right?
You got it. Player 1, back. A lofty tower forming part of a church. Player 1.
That's the steeple, I think.
That is correct. You again, player 1. A large, many-celled berry with a leathery yellow, orange, or red rind. It's player 3. Right. You get to pick again, player 3. A road junction designed so that traffic streams do not intersect. Player 2. That's it. Select again. To move from site to site on the internet. Yes, player 1.
Could it be to surf?
That's correct. Player 1, back to you. In 2007, his book, The Road, earned him a Pulitzer Prize and entry into Oprah's book club.
I have no idea.
Player 2. Good. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. James Michener's Centennial centers on a fictional town in this state. Okay, player 3. Yes. Player 3 is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Clues are worth 400 to 2, player 3. You're in last place, which means you get to select first in Double Jeopardy. The front of the Tony Award depicts these ancient twin emblems of comedy and tragedy. Yes,
That would be
player 1.
masks, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Please pick again, player 1. A loud sound expressing disapproval. This New York City borough's cheer. It's player 1.
Oh, wait. I mean, like,
Nope. Any other takers? Player 2. That's correct. Choose again, player 2. A Muslim holy war or spiritual struggle against infidels. From the Arabic. Okay, player 1.
you know, that was decently well.
Correct. Player 1, pick again. A hinged plastic case designed to hold a compact disc, and usually a printed insert or liner. Let's hear it, player 2. Right.
Oh, yeah, it's the jewel case.
Player 2, you pick again, please. The great men of France circa 1780 are immortalized in the Grand Homme Gallery of this museum.
Could it be the Louvre?
1.
Like, that seems off.
Right.
Which, I mean, you know, it is the
We return to you, player.
early clue
This
in the
test
museum's
states
category.
that the integrity of output is dependent on the integrity of input. Here's the correct response. Geigo. Player 1, back to you. A dried and smoked ripe jalapeno pepper, which is dark reddish brown with a strong piquant flavor.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's player 3.
Yeah, sure, player 3.
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about chipotle. Player 1, you pick again, please. NASA's Space Guard survey watches for the extremely small probability of a comet or one of these coming to smash Earth. Let's hear it, player 1.
It would be meteor, right? Like, because asteroid is just when it's floating out there in space. Really? Really, Alex?
Try to come up with a correct response?
Like, it better be like satellite or something.
Here's what we were looking for. An asteroid.
Like
Player 1,
really?
back to you.
Like, I think, like, if this were the actual show, I think after the next commercial break, they'd be like, actually, you see, our judges ruled that meteor is correct as well, because they're the same thing.
Is 1 in 2, so the chance of getting heads 5 times in a row is 1 in this. Player 1.
I don't know, 15?
Sorry, that's incorrect. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. 32. Player 1, picking offspring of heterozygous parents have a 50-50 chance of getting a dominant versus this type of allele. Yes, player 1.
Be recessive.
That's correct. Please pick again. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. You are currently in 2nd place. How much are you going to wager, player 1?
Yeah, I will wager 2,000.
Answer this. The probability of the first card dealt being an ace is 4 out of 52. So the probability of the second card being an ace is 1 in this number.
$53?
Sorry, that's wrong. Here's the response we were looking for. 17. You get to pick again, player 1. High rollers get to play roulette on single 0 wheels, where the chance of hitting your lucky number is 1 in this.
Don't know nearly enough about roulette to...
That's right.
I should have...
Choose again, player.
Because there's 1 in this number.
Andy Patinkin. He won a 1980 Tony Award for this musical.
Chance of the second ace would be
Player 3.
3 in 53. Then how is that 1 in 17?
Want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is Evita. Select again. Ian McKellen won a Tony in 1981 for playing this rival of Mozart in Amadeus.
Yeah, would technically... Like, that's a bullshit question. Because if you divide 53 by 3, you get 17.66 repeating.
In this city is Candido Lopez's historical canvases.
It's like if you round it, it's 1 in 18.
Good for you.
And
We return to you, player 2. In 2000, the Tony
you wouldn't do that
this nearly 6,000-seat hall. Yes,
because
player 2.
why would you use a ratio
Again, player 2. She's
when talking about cards
the Tony Award.
that involves decimals?
Here's what we wanted. Antoinette Perry. Choose again, player 2. The shortest way to sail to the Arctic Ocean from Nome, Alaska, is to go north through the strait named for him. Let's hear it, player 1.
Could it be the Bering Strait? Bering Vetus? I don't know.
You get to pick again, player 1. The spiral tusk of this cetacean that inhabits the waters of the Arctic Ocean may reach a length of 10 feet. Yes, player 1.
Finally, a good clue.
That is correct. Player 1, pick again. In the early 1770s, England's Samuel Hearne became the first European to reach the Arctic Ocean overland from this bay. It's player 2. Right you are. Player 2, you pick again, please. The Arctic Ocean's deepest point, about 17,880 feet, lies just north of this country's Svalbard Islands. Player 2. Right. We return to you, player 2.
And of course, player 2 gets another daily double.
The other daily double. You are in first place. Give us a wager, player 2. And
Go big.
Clue. On August 3rd, 1958, this nuclear-powered submarine became the first to cross the North Pole under the ice. That puts you even further.
Of course, player 2 knows it.
Let's take it over to Kelly.
New York's Museum of Modern Art exhibits paintings that feature this technique in which tiny dots of color seem to blend together.
I think that's pointless. Or I could be completely wrong.
Yep. Select again. A 1936 dissent by Justice Stone accused 6 other justices of a tortured construction of this document. It's player 3. Good. You again, player 3. In his first major case as Chief Justice, he found himself in the minority in 2006 as Oregon's assisted suicide was okayed. Player 3? That's it. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Works by Titian, Raphael, and others sold by the USSR to Andrew Mellon became the core of this D.C. museum. Okay, player 2. Yeah. Correct. Player 2, pick again. The Athenaeum in Hartford, Connecticut bears the name of this founder. No relation to Longfellow. Let's hear it, player 3. Yeah, good. You again, player 3. Justice Brennan, dissenting in Paris Adult Theater v. Slayton, said this quality is too vaguely defined to regulate. Yes, player 2. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it... My thought was vulgarity, but the obscenity makes sense.
When seditionist Jacob Abrams' conviction was upheld, saying he didn't pose this type of danger. Here's the response we were looking for. Clear and present. And now the $2,000 clue. Justice Harlan was an honorable one-man minority in the 1896 decision Plessy v. Him. Here's the correct response. John Ferguson. Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. This is the Final Jeopardy category for today. Organizations. So, what's your wager?
Yes, I might as well go Mexican.
Corresponding direction on the plus control pad to select your response. This is a good category. Here's the clue for you. In 2003, Allied Command Europe and Allied Command Atlantic, parts of this organization, merged.
That's NATO, isn't it?
Did you come up with the correct response? And this correct response will add how much to your score?
Really? You didn't go for all? Like, all...
Let's see your response.
In the position you're in, all you could have gotten
With that correct response,
by not betting at all was to just try and slide into this second place on the back of me failing.
and this correct response will add how much to your score? You've come out ahead as our champion.
Player 2 wins again.
Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.
Yeah, honestly, I might just keep going until I win one.
This is Jeopardy! Player 1. And now...
And here are the categories from which you may make your selection. Get positive. Conjunction junction. 19th century medicine. Nasal passages. Medieval Europe. And not nominated for Best Picture. Player 1, you start. This two-letter word is also a Pacific Northwest state's postal abbreviation. Let's hear it, player 1.
It'll be
Select
OR as in
pointing the wheel
Oregon.
over the screen and then pressing the A button. You got it. Choose again, player 1. This conjunction comes before rain, heat, and gloom of night in the United States Postal Service credo. Okay, player 1.
Believe that's NOR?
You are correct. Select again. Take away an I from the end of a fabled Himalayan creature, and you get this conjunction. Player 2.
Fuck you, Katie.
That is correct.
Like, Like,
We return to you, player 2. In 1885, the first successful vaccine for this was tested on a boy who had been bitten by a dog. It's player 1.
it's almost certainly gonna be rabies. Because what else do you get from being bitten by a dog?
Feel free to select your word from the autocomplete menu. Yes. Please pick again. This three-letter conjunction is commonly replaced by a symbol in Jeopardy clues. Yes, player 1.
It's gonna be and, because that's about the only conjunction that has a symbol.
That is correct.
Like, there's no symbol for, like, or yet.
Conjunction is also the symbol for a poisonous element. Player 1.
This conjunction is also if it was about the only one left
Anyone else?
that I could think of.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Oh, as like, which yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure that is the symbol for arsenic.
Done applies the positive techniques used at this marine park to business and family life. Okay, player 2. Hey, you're right.
Isn't SeaWorld, like, not good?
Player 2.
But I mean, maybe that wasn't a...
Joy while ill is the idea in a book called The Him Factor.
Maybe that wasn't
Yes, player 3.
at least known in 2010 when this game was released.
Kelly?
Bodiam Castle in Sussex was built during the 100 Years' War to defend England from this foe.
It's player 1.
I mean... yeah, I think pretty much the only thing that makes this hard mode is the fact that I have to type in the answer.
Yep. Select again. St. Augustine established himself in this city as the first archbishop of the English Church.
Oh, I have no idea.
Here's what we wanted. Canterbury. We return to you, player 1.
Yeah, 19th century mess.
Telescope in 1851 by Hermann von Helmholtz aided inspection of this body part. Let's hear it, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, pick again. In the 1177 Peace of Venice, Frederick I, nicknamed this for his red beard, acknowledged Alexander III as Pope. Player 3? Yes.
Oh. Barbarossa.
3, you pick again, please. We're in love with the medieval French literary work called This of the Rose. Okay, player 3. That's correct. You get to pick again, player 3. In 1865, Joseph Lister began using carbolic acid as this, from the Latin for against putrefaction. It's player 2. That's correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You again.
Antiseptic
player 2.
against putrefaction. And yet again, player 2 it's a daily double.
Now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. So, what's okay? Here is the clue. In 1852, George Kamen gave physicians a new version of this instrument whose name is from the Greek for chest. You are now
And of course, it's a real easy one, too.
for our next selection. This German's discovery of X-rays in 1895 had visible effects in diagnosing medical problems. The correct response is Wilhelm Röntgen. Player 2, back to you. And there in the wood a piggy-wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, in the poem about this bird and a feline. Yes, player 3. That's right, way to go. Choose again, player 3. Truly that nose is the glorious cross he bears, is said of this romantic Rostand hero. It's
I have no idea what any of these are going to be.
good. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. To see what is in front of one's nose needs a constant struggle, wrote this man in 1946, not in 1984.
That would be Orwell, alright?
Good for you.
Finally, at least one.
Lightly was her slender nose tip-tilted like the petal of a flower. This lord wrote in Idylls of the King. Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. We return to you, player 2. A Pascal pensée. If the nose of this queen had been shorter, the whole face of the world would have been changed.
What?
Yes, player 2. Yeah, good. You again, player 2. His power of positive thinking begins, believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. We're talking about Norman Vincent Peale. Select again. An illustrated book pairs Alexander Calder's artwork with the lyrics to his song, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
You're like,
Player 2. That's it.
well, I certainly didn't know that one.
Get to pick again, player 2. Oprah has unlocked The This, a book by Rhonda Byrne about using positive visualization. Player 3? Correct. Choose again, player 3. This dynasty of Frankish kings ruled France from 751 to 987. Yes, player 3. Right you are. Player 3, you pick again, please. Bogey and Hepburn floated across the screen in this 1951 film that pleased audiences and critics, but not the Academy.
Yeah,
Let's hear it, player 3. You are correct. Please pick again, player 3. You couldn't drag a Best Picture nomination out of the Academy for this 1959 Billy Wilder film. Well, nobody's perfect. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, back to you. The Academy must have been out to lunch not nominating this 1961 Audrey Hepburn-George Peppard film. Okay, player 3. Right. We return to you, player 3. In 1954, this Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly starer from Alfred Hitchcock didn't get a second glance. It's player 3. Right.
At least it's a little bit closer.
$1,000 clue.
Other this time, like,
Miss Daisy won for 1989, the year this Spike Lee film about urban racism was passed over. Player 2. You got it. Player 1 is in third place, which means, of course, player 1
Yep.
will select first in Double Jeopardy. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are geometry, anti-war books, oh yes, islands, American history, and a side of Kevin bacon. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, it's the third largest Hawaiian isle. Yes, player 1.
that's one of them, isn't it?
Good. Select again. Here's Kelly to start us off.
2 atoms of this element create a stable bond. When 3 of them bond, they form the unstable ozone molecule.
Is it oxygen?
Good for you. Please pick again, player 1. Answer. The first of the daily doubles. Player 1. You're in last place. What'll it be? You need to select. Here is your clue. It's the O in an IPO, a corporation's first attempt to sell stock to the public.
Offering, I think.
Good.
Finally, something somewhat good has come from.
Century English philosopher means to use economy in explanation.
Finally, something good came from the EA buyout in that I have learned some things about how like stocks work.
Player 1. A total solar eclipse is an example of this, from the Latin for conceal. Player 2. Correct.
Oh, that makes sense because a cult
Back to you for our
comes from like Latin for secret.
On the Western Front is
Well,
a
actually,
classic of anti-war fiction. Let's hear
I
it.
think
Player
it's
3.
Latin for secret.
Hey, you're right. Player 3, back to you. In this Dalton Trumbo novel, Joe returns home from the war with his body shattered, but his mind intact. It's player 2. Oh, sorry. Any other takers? Yes, player 3. Yes. Player 3, pick again. Oscar the Dwarf revels in the destruction and insanity of Nazi Germany in his The Tin Drum. Okay, player 3. Yes. You again, player 3. This U.S. Commonwealth lies about 70 miles across the Mona Passage from the Dominican Republic. It's player 3. Right you are. You get to pick again, player 3. Here's Kelly, she'll show you.
The indigenous name of this island, home to the famous Moai statues, is Rapa Nui.
Yes, player 1.
That would be Easter Island.
That's correct. Player 1, back to you for our next selection.
I'll go for geometry.
The square of this of a right triangle equals the sum of the squares of the two other sides. Let's hear it. Player 2. That's correct. Choose again. Player 2. A chain of shoals known as Adam's Bridge stretches between India and this nation. Here's the correct response. Sri Lanka. Player 2. Pick again. This large island's two highest peaks lie in the Maoke Mountains.
If it's Oahu,
Okay, player 2. Yep.
no, it's New Guinea.
Please pick again. Player 2. This large Italian island in the Mediterranean lies just 7 miles south of Corsica. Player 3.
I should have known that.
Select again.
Like I could see it in my head.
Kevin had to go to space camp before playing the role of Jack Swigert in this film. Here's what we were looking for. Apollo 13. We return to you, player 3. Kevin had a cup of coffee in this 1982 Barry Levinson ensemble piece with chums Mickey Rourke, Paul Reiser, and Tim Daly. The correct response is diner. You again, player 3. Holy triskaidekaphobia. Special effects guru Tom Savini had an arrow shoved through Kevin's throat in this 1980 flick. Let's hear
Could
it.
it be?
Everyone.
I could be way off, but I mean, the triskaidekaphobia. That's talking about the number 13.
Kevin could handle the truth as Captain Jack Ross in this 1992 legal drama written by Aaron Sorkin. It's player 2. Oh, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player 3. Right. Player 3, back to you. At Jefferson Davis's suggestion, in 1855, Congress bought some of these animals from Egypt for the Southwest. Player 2. Correct. Player 2, you pick again, please. Franklin Pierce's hope for glory in this war ended when he was thrown from his horse and injured. Yes, player 2. That's it. You get to pick
Time for
again,
player 2 to dominate again.
In this ancient Greek play, women deny their husbands bedroom visitation rights until they stop fighting.
I feel like I should know this one.
We're talking about...
It sounds familiar. No, it's certainly...
Again, player 2. The formula for this measure of a pyramid is 1/3 of base times height. It's player 3. We return to you, player 3. Kelly will present this clue.
The ancient Pueblo peoples who built cliff dwellings such as these are also known as the Anasazi, a word meaning enemy in the language of this largest of U.S. tribes.
Here's the correct response. The Navajo. Player 3, you pick again, please. In November of 1903, troops from the USS Nashville were used to stop Colombians from reaching this now capital city. Let's hear it. Player 2. You are correct. Select again. Admitted as the 22nd state in 1819, it seceded in 1861 and was readmitted in 1868. Here's the correct response. Alabama.
Oh, for
Player
some reason I thought
pick-
Texas.
Kevin played Ensign Pulver in the TV remake of this 1955 movie. Here's what we were looking for. Mr. Roberts. Player 2, back to you. The term for this type of triangle comes from the Greek for with equal legs.
Could
Okay,
it be-
player 1.
The equilateral? Probably spelled that wrong.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 3.
Oh no, it's because it's isosceles.
Player 3, back to you for our next selection. It's a line or segment that touches a circle at exactly 1 point. Player 3. That is correct.
I
Please.
think equilateral's not even about triangles.
Here's Kelly with the clue.
A pair of angles that add together to make a right angle are known as this type of angle.
Here's what we wanted. Complementary. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? Answer. The second daily double. And you have the lead. Please select your wager. Player 3.
Oh, Brenda's getting
The
ballsy.
humorist's war prayer about the Spanish-American War was published in 1923, after his death. Congratulations, you're still
But
in
paid
first,
off.
player 3. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. Here's today's Final Jeopardy category. Broadway. You need to select your wager.
Well, I might as well wager the maximum again.
Pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. All right, players, this is what it comes down to. Here is the Final Jeopardy clue. The original 1994 Broadway cast of this musical, based on a film, featured Alan Oppenheimer as Cecil B. DeMille.
I don't know.
And
That sounds like a name that would be used in.
Sorry, that incorrect
That
response
sounds like a
was
name
your
that could have
score.
been used in Guys and Dolls. I don't know.
Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add...
Another loss for me.
What did you put as your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response?
At least it wasn't player 2 for a third time.
Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.
So I guess I'll just keep going because I want to at least win one.
This is Jeopardy! Player one, and now, here is the...
And we have one daily double awaiting you in these categories. At the dentist's office, characters in literature, word origins, the masters of golf, religion, and your history. Player one, where do we start? This ground meat sandwich gets its name from a German port city. It's player one. Point the
That
wheel
would
remote
be
at the screen and press the A button to select letters.
the hamburger.
Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word from the... You got it. Choose again, player one. This wood-eating insect gets its name from the Latin for wood-eating worm. Let's hear it, player one.
It's almost certainly going to be a termite.
That is correct. Player one, back. This word for a kind of landmass comes from a word meaning to contain. Okay, player one. Good. Player one, this highest natural singing voice for women is Italian for what is above. Yes, player one.
You know, alto is a thing.
No. Anyone else?
But it was wrong.
Here's the response we were looking for. Soprano.
Yeah, because it was soprano, not alto.
This term for a leading character of a literary work comes from the Greek for first combatant. Player one.
Be a protagonist.
You got it.
I'm still the only one with money because I'm the only one that's...
As part of Catholic baptism, this word doesn't mean time at the gym, but the casting out of demons. Let's hear it, player one.
The exorcism? Like, I guess...
Yep.
I didn't realize I was a part of baptisms, but I guess it makes sense.
Autobiography of a Yogi was a popular book by this religion's first missionary to settle in the U.S. Here's what we were looking for. Hinduism.
Because, like...
Select again. The church founded by Mary
Yeah, if you're gonna...
in 1879 was formerly called the Church of Christ This. Okay, player three. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Because, like, it does make sense that you would include an exorcism and a baptism, because, like, if somebody's gonna become a Christian, you want to make sure there's no demons in there.
This many parts, part of the Four Noble Truths. Yes, player two. Yes. Player two, back to you. Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
The nave, the central part of a cruciform church, ends in this recessed area that is usually vaulted.
Here's the response we were looking for. The apse.
Oh, I
Please pick again.
had no idea that was...
Heads up. This 16th century British king had 6 wives and a 2-door garage. Player 1.
Not ink. That's Henry VIII.
Correct. Choose again, player 1. Hold the phone, said Elisha Gray and Thomas Edison, who both sued this Scottish-born inventor and lost.
Could it be
Player 1.
because hold the phone? That's got to be Alexander Graham Bell.
Good for you. Please pick again. In 45 BC, this Roman's army defeated the 2 sons of Pompey. It would be his final battle. We're talking about Julius Caesar.
Oh.
You get to pick again, player 1. This future U.S. president graduated from West Point in 1915, 61st in a class of 164. Yes, player 3. Right you are. On the plus side again. Player 3, pick again. This fighter for a woman's right to vote died in 1906, 14 years before the 19th Amendment made her dream a reality. Let's hear it, player 2.
Can I?
Right.
Yeah, in retrospect, that's the obvious.
You, player 2.
Like,
This treacherous pirate in Treasure Island has a pet parrot named Captain Flint. Okay, player 1.
it's Long John Silver. I actually read Treasure Island once.
Player 1, back to you. A gray spider named Charlotte brings about a series of miracles to keep this pig from the butcher's knife. Player 1.
E. Wilbur. Another book I've read. It's Charlotte's Web.
Good. Select again. Let's go over to Kelly.
The traditional masks of comedy and tragedy were used by characters in ancient Greek drama. They're thought to have represented the twin sides of this god of wine and revelry.
It's player 1.
It's Dionysus.
That's correct. Choose again, player 1. Tom Sawyer saw him murder Dr. Robinson in the cemetery and testified against him in court. Player 2. Right. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. This E.L. Doctorow title character joins Dutch Schultz's gang as a 15-year-old in 1930s New York City. Here's what we wanted. Billy Bathgate. You again, player 2. Drill speed is measured in these. Dr. Morrison's in 1871 did about 600. Today's turbine-powered ones, about 300,000. Yes, player 1.
Like, this seems like an obvious one. Like, you don't have to know much about dentistry. I guess they just want the...
Yes.
You know, to know it's RPM, because that's just the standard measurement.
Association says this is perfectly safe as the basis for amalgam fillings. It combines with other materials to make it stable. The correct response is Mercury.
Oh,
Choose
yeah, I
again.
mean, because
Number
it
one.
makes sense because, mercury is poisonous, so
Cavities
that would be
form
cause
when
for concern.
bacteria break down sugars, forming this substance that dissolves enamel. It's player one.
That would be plaque. I think it's spelled with a Q. No, it isn't. Or it's not plaque.
Any other takers? Here's the correct response. Acid.
Yeah, it's not plaque.
We return
And
to
also
player
plankton. Plaque didn't even come up in the auto fill.
Modern lead aprons worn during X-raying have a collar to protect this gland from the radiation.
That'd be the thyroid gland again, isn't it?
That's not it.
No, apparently.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. The thyroid.
Well, fuck you.
You get to pick again, player one.
That's another. Well, our judges ruled that you're actually correct. So here, have some money. Like, because I specified gland, you're counting it as wrong.
From the Latin for to close, it's the alignment and spacing of your upper and lower teeth when you bite. Let's hear it, player three. That's right, way to go. Player three, pick again. In 2005, he was 7 strokes down after round 1, but a miraculous 30-foot chip on 16 helped him win a 4th green jacket. It's player 3. Nope. Sorry. Anyone else? Let's hear it. Player 2. Yes. Select again. In 1964, he led an army on his way to his 4th and final Masters win. Okay, player 3. That's correct.
Yeah, might as well just let the CPUs catch up on
Again,
this.
player 3. Bear
Because
with
I
us.
don't know.
The first of his record 6 Masters wins came in 1963, and the last in 1986. Player 2. Correct.
I don't know anywhere near enough about golf
Player 2.
to really
Pick again,
make a
please.
good guess on any of these. And of course,
Answer?
player 2 gets a daily double.
You are in the lead right now. You need to select your wager. Okay, here is the clue. In 2004, this golfer, known as Lefty, jumped for joy on 18 and showed off his vertical leap ability. About 2 inches. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. And the last clue for $1,000. Both the course and the tournament were created by this 1920s icon, the only single-season winner of golf's Grand Slam. Yes, player 2. Right. Player 3 will select first in Double Jeopardy right after this. We start, player 3. You go first in this Double Jeopardy round. In 1937, an explosion of this, unodorized, killed 300 people in a new London, Texas school. Here's what we wanted. Natural gas.
I was gonna go for that, but I thought they wanted something more specific.
Isengrim is a wolf who battles against the sneaky Reynard, one of these animals. Okay, player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers?
I don't know, could it be a fox?
Hey, you're right. Player 1, back to you. It seldom knocks twice. It's player 2.
Fuck you, Anthony.
Good. You again, player 2. Close only counts in this backyard game. The correct response is horseshoes. You get to pick again, player 2. There is honor, even among these.
Thieves?
Player 1.
I didn't even know that was the full proverb. Because usually you just hear about honor among thieves.
You are correct. Please pick again, player 1. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. You're in second place, so what is your wager going to be? Please select.
I will wager 1,000.
Here is your clue. Marry in haste and do this at leisure.
Divorce? Because that, like... Yeah, I thought it was...
Repent.
Repent?
Player 1, pick again. Alexander Pope wrote, "Hope springs eternal in the human this."
Yeah, that's another one that I usually hear shortened.
Itaipu, a project using this type of power, supplies about a quarter of all of Brazil's electricity needs. Player 3? That's it. Choose again. Player 3. The Sequoia 1 nuclear reactor near Chattanooga is operated by this agency established in 1933. Let's hear it, player 3. That is correct. Player 3, you pick again, please. The SPR, the Strategic This Reserve, was created by the U.S. government in 1977. Okay.
Could it be oil? It's probably gonna be like electricity, but I'm gonna see if it's oil.
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 2. That is correct.
Petroleum.
Player 2, back to you for our next selection. And I'll hand it off to Kelly.
90% of the world's ozone is found in this layer of the atmosphere, which makes life on Earth possible by blocking harmful solar energy.
Here's the correct response. The stratosphere. You again, player 2. In a medieval legend, the town of Gubbio is terrorized by a wolf until this saint greets it and tames it. Player 3?
Yeah!
Yep. Player 3, back to you. Raksha is the mother wolf who raises this human boy in Kipling's The Jungle Book.
Book I've actually read.
Player 1?
And also, I have some familiarity with the Disney movie. Even though I don't know if I've actually seen it.
We return to you, player 1. This Jack London wolf character survives years of dogfighting and finally finds a compassionate human owner. Let's hear it, player 2. You are correct. Choose again, player 2. In her novel The Plains of Passage, a wolf named Wolf is the hunting partner of a cave woman. Yes, player 3. Yes. Please pick again, player 3. UC Berkeley's teams are known as the Golden These. Okay, player 3. That's right, way to go. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Pepperdine's nickname is this, and some lapped not too far away from the campus. Player 2. Good for you.
Yeah,
You again, player 2. This word
it's never a good sign when
lions comes from an Algonquian term meaning single mountain.
it's never a good sign when there's a sports category.
Correct. We return to you, player 3. This University of Idaho nickname is from an old Germanic tribe whose name has come to mean troublemakers. Okay, player 2. That's correct.
Yeah, I should have known that one.
Back to you. The University of Texas at Arlington uses this nickname, shared by the NBA team closest to them. It's player 3. Hey, you're right. Player 3, you pick again, please. His daughter Margaret was born in Independence, Missouri. Here's the correct response. Harry Truman. You get to pick again, player 3. This 26th president's youngest son, Quentin, was killed in air combat during World War I. Let's hear it, player 2. Correct.
Hey!
Select again. Answer. The other daily double. You are in first place. How much are you going to wager? Player 2. Answer. He
And
married
they
his
go
second
big.
wife, Edith Bowling Galt, during his first term. Congratulations.
Of course he gets it right.
Player 2. Pick again. A national memorial in this city commemorates the site of the April 19, 1995 bombing that killed 168. Player 3? Right you are. We return to you, player 3. The Philadelphia home where he wrote The Telltale Heart is now a National Historic Site.
It's Edgar Allan Poe, isn't it?
Good. Player 1, pick again. This 8th president's wife, Hannah, died of tuberculosis in 1819. Player
Of course
2.
Anthony's got an idea.
Please pick again. Player 2. His son married Mary Catherine Helen in the White House on February 25, 1828. Yes, player 2. That's it. Player 2, you pick again, please. Fort Necessity, the site of the first battle of this war on July 3, 1754, was designated a national battlefield in 1961. It's player 3. Yes. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Lying in both Tennessee and North Carolina, it has more annual visitors than any other national park.
Know this one.
Let's hear it. Player 2. You got it. And the $2,000 clue? Christiansted National Historic Site on this largest of the U.S. Virgin Islands commemorates its Danish heritage. Okay, player 2. Right. All three of you will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Here's the Final Jeopardy category. Islands. What are you going to wager? Press the corresponding
It's all wager the maximum.
control pad to select your response. And now the final clue. In 2003, Emily Rose Christian became the first baby born on this island in 17 years, bringing the population to nearly 50.
I don't know, is it St. Helena?
Let's see your
It's probably
response.
Tasmania.
And that will set you back. What did you say? With that correct response, you will gain What did you put as your response?
Good.
Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score by...
Good, at least... at least...
Congratulations, player 2.
He's a...
You are our new champion. So long, everybody.
At least Anthony also got it wrong, even though he didn't wager enough to lose. But... Oh. Okay, so you can... Okay, so there's a difference in question difficulty. I apparently have them on expert, since I'm playing on hard. And I need to put in a minimum of 5 letters.
Player 1, and now,
Or is it
the host
to
of
get...
And here are the categories that await your selection. Death sentences. The elements. The 1930s. The British invasion. Letters. And famous Canadians. Where do we begin, player 1? Because sound travels 2.7 times faster in this gas than in air, inhaling it makes your voice higher. Player 1, select letters by pointing the Wii remote at the screen and then...
helium.
Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word from the auto... Yeah, right. You again, player 1. Neon, argon, and radon are among these gases formerly called rare or inert. Let's hear
That's
it.
noble gases. You better not be like, well, actually, we only accept noble and not noble gases.
Superman knows its atomic number is 36. Okay, player 1.
Krypton.
That is correct. Choose again, player 1. This very hard metal is named for the children of Uranus and Gaia. It's player 2. Good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a thing.
Pick again, player 2. Harold Crotto and others found this common element had a new molecular form, the fullerene. Here's what we were looking for: carbon. Player 2, back to you. It equals a 2.0 GPA. Yes, player 1.
That would be C.
Right.
Because B is... E is 3.0,
Pick again.
D is 1.0,
Metric
and
unit equals
so on.
about a quarter gallon. Let's hear it, player 1.
metric... Is it... Oh, for ounce,
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player 3. Good.
Oh yeah, liters.
Please pick again, player 3. It's the 21st letter of our alphabet. It's player 1.
There's 26. So, like, in a way, you kind of get to cheat on that one.
Select again. In Morse
When
code,
using the keyboard.
3 dots. Player 2. Yep. Player 2, back to you. If your trademark application is okayed, you can follow the trademarked item with this letter in a circle. Yes, player 1.
That would be an R for registered.
That's right, way to go. You get to pick again, player 1. She began a famous poem, "Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me." Okay, player 3. Right. Choose again, player 3. W.H. Auden wrote of this Civil War-torn country, "History to the defeated may say alas, but cannot help nor pardon." Yes, player 3. Good. Player 3, you pick again, please. As the Depression hit Europe, this figure in Belgium went from 5.4% in 1930 to 23.5% in 1932. Player 1.
Oh, is it inflation?
Anyone else? Let's hear it.
That was kind of odd.
No.
Not homelessness.
Any other takers?
Oh, it flashed up because...
That's it.
Because Jamie buzzed in immediately.
Melvin Purvis gained fame, more than Hoover liked, as head of the FBI's office in this city. Yes, player 2. Right you are. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Joseph Stalin reportedly said, "A single death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a this." Player 2. That's correct. We return to you, player 2. "If I could drop dead right now, I'd be the happiest man alive" is attributed to this movie mogul. The correct response is Samuel Goldwyn.
You don't have that one, Max?
Player 2. For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? He wrote in the prophet. It's player 2. Correct. Player 2, back to you. In 1917 and 1918, Ontario's Billy Bishop claimed 72 aerial victories as an ace in this war. Let's hear it, player 2. Good for you.
Yeah, I was thinking World War One, but
Toronto-born journalist Morley Safer began co-hosting this TV news magazine way back in 1970. Okay.
yeah, of course Max has it.
Yes. Select again. Here's Kelly.
This mariner's 16th century explorations of the Gulf of St. Lawrence laid the basis for French claims to Canada.
We're talking about...
Oh, you don't have that one, Max?
Player 2, back to you for our next selection. In his holy sonnets, he wrote, "Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful." Let's hear it, player 3. That is correct. You get to pick again, player 3. Co-discoverer of this pancreatic hormone, Ontario's Frederick Banting won a 1923 Nobel Prize. Player 3. Right.
Yeah!
You again, player 3. This Nova Scotia man founded a famous line of ships in 1838.
I clearly need to... I need to clue that I actually know so that
Cunard.
I can at least not be
Please pick again, player 3.
cast into
The
third
first
place.
lyric on the Beatles' second album was a Chuck Berry song that told this composer to roll over. Yes, player 3. Yeah, good. Player 3, you pick again, please. In August of 1939, Germany signed a non-aggression pact with this nation. It's player 3. You got it. We return to you, player 3. Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
Brian Jones played the humble kazoo on this band's 1967 Between the Buttons album, though not on the hit Ruby Tuesday.
Here's the correct response. The Rolling Stones. Choose again, player 3. The searchers told us that Madame Ruth had a pad down on 34th and Vine where she sold this. Here's the correct response. Love potion number 9. Player 3, you pick again, please.
Finally, at least it is a daily double that is not in the hands of player 2.
Catch up a bit. Give us a wager. Here is your daily double clue. This man's pacemakers included Leslie McGuire, John Chadwick, and Freddie Marsden. You've moved up to first place. We return to you, player 3. In 1932, he said Huey Long and Douglas MacArthur were the 2 most dangerous men in the country. Okay, player 3. Yes. And here's the $1,000 clue. Reg Presley not only sang lead on this Trogs hit, he played the ocarina as well. Here's the response we were looking for. Wild Thing. The selection will be yours, player one, when we return from this break. All right, you're ready. It's double Jeopardy time.
Trochobiology.
Crassa is this type of fungus. It grows on bread, but in the wild is found on burned vegetation. Let's hear it, player one.
I mean, that sounds like it's a mold. But I could be wrong.
Right. Player one, stomata. Leaf pores that take in this gas enlarge when its level in the air drops below normal. It's player one.
Usually, a lot of plants take in carbon dioxide.
Player one, to help make sure your brain stays fueled, give its cells less of this hormone for glucose uptake. Player
Could
one,
it be insulin?
yes.
Because, you know, that's relevant to diabetes.
Pauling found the structure of keratin, the main component of nails and this human body part. Yes, player one.
Pretty sure that's also the main component of hair.
You are correct. You get to pick again, player one. Answer? One of the daily doubles. You're in second place, so what is your wager going to be? Please enter your
Wager 1,000.
And the daily double clue. About 25 species of this arachnid, most in the family Buthidae, have venom that'll kill you. 1,200 others sting like a bee.
"25 species of this arachnid, most..." I mean, just spider... Wait, no. It's scorpion. Unfortunately...
Here's what we wanted. The scorpion.
Yeah.
Player one, back to you for our fin de siècle refers specifically to the ending of one of these time periods. Okay, player three. That's correct. Select again. True and false. David Mamet's no-nonsense book on this craft includes a chapter called Find Your Mark. Here's the correct response. Acting. Please pick again, player three. The first commercial plane flights out of the United States were in 1920 between Key West and this nearby country. Yes, player three. Correct. Player three, back to you for our next selection. In 2004, this airline introduced non-stop flights between Newark and Changi Airport.
Don't know anything about planes.
Here's the correct response. Singapore Airlines. Please pick again, player three. Flying at the then incredible speed of 575 miles per hour, the Boeing 707 began commercial flight service in this decade. Okay, player two. That is correct. We return to you, player two. This U.S. company created the venerable DC-10 jetliner. It's player two. That is correct. Select again. The first commercial passenger transatlantic service was by Pan Am in 1939 between New York City and this French port. Let's hear it. Player 2. That's it. Choose again. Player 2. The ladies' singles trophy for this event is a sterling silver tray called the Rosewater dish. Player 2. Yes. You again, player 2.
Yep, time for sports.
It's the ITF Team Championship for men. Let's hear it, player 3. That is correct. Player 3, back to you. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
To hit one of these mid-air return strokes, punch at the ball, keeping the racket in front of your body and the racket face perpendicular to the court.
Here's the response we were looking for. A volley. You get to pick again, player 3.
Yeah, I might have been able to get that on a wild guess.
1984 winning percentage of .965 is the best in the ATP Tour's modern era. It's player 2.
Yeah.
Good. Player 2, pick again. In 2007, Switzerland issued its first stamp of a living person, a 1 franc stamp depicting this tennis player. Player 3? Yeah, good. Player 3, you pick again, please. In French, the English Channel is called la manche, meaning this part of a shirt or coat. Okay, player 2. That's right, way to go. You again, player 2. Literally half-world, it's a class of women of dubious reputation. Yes, player 2. That's correct.
Yeah,
Player 2, pick again.
I know some French would...
A la mode doesn't mean with ice cream, but this 2-word phrase. Okay, player 3. You got it.
Yeah.
Select again. It's the branch of cooking devoted to prepared meat products such as ham and pâté. It's player 3. Hey, you're right. Choose again, player 3. This playwright once said that his Aunt Belle, a Sunday school teacher, was the prototype of Blanche Dubois. Yes, player 2. Good. We return to you, player 2. You might desire the rings and garters worn by this Desire Under the Elms author. They're in the Yale Library. Let's hear it, player 2. Correct. Player 2, back to you. Fam and Yam was inspired by a meeting with this playwright for whom life was no picnic. Player 3? Right you are. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Pittsburgh's African American Cultural Center was renamed for this piano lesson author, who was born in Pittsburgh. Yes, player 3. Yes.
If only I knew any playwrights.
Player 3, you pick again, please. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was released, grossing more than $300 million that year.
Only I knew when E.T. came out.
It's player 2. Right. Please pick again. Player 2. Kelly will present this clue.
He was president in 1906 when he proclaimed Devil's Tower in Wyoming the first national monument.
We're talking about Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah,
You get to pick again.
he
player
did do a lot of stuff like parks, didn't he?
Telstar Communications satellite relayed the first live TV pictures from the United States to Europe. Player 2. Good for you. Choose again. Player 2. The U.S. merchant ship Mayaguez was seized by Cambodian forces. U.S. forces rescued the crew of 39. Here's what we were looking for. Gerald Ford. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we?
Yeah, just hand player 2 to a daily double.
Now, what are you going to wager? Answer this. The Alien and Sedition Acts were adopted by Congress.
Please get it wrong.
You are now in first.
Of course not.
You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy today is Championship Sports.
Oh boy, championship sports, my favorite.
Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. In 2007, this university became the first to hold national titles in both football and basketball in the same year.
I don't know, Oklahoma?
And your response? And that will lose you. Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... What did you put as your response?
And of course.
And this correct response will add how much to your score?
Of course Max got it right.
Congratulations to you, player 2. Good game, everyone, and thank you so much for playing.
And go yet again. Because I said I want to win at least one.
This is Jeopardy! Player, and now, here is the host.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 1, make a select. People of this religion call Christians and Jews, their fellow monotheists, al-Kitab, people of the book. Okay, player 1, point the Wii remote at the screen and press the A button to select letters. Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word from the autocomplete menu.
It's not gonna be Muslim because they want the religion, not the term for the people that follow it.
Correct. Player 1, back to you. One of 3 major branches of Christianity. It originated in a 16th century Reformation. Let's hear it, player 1.
That would be the Protestants. Because I assume The other two they're referring to are Catholicism and Eastern Orthodox.
Please pick again, player 1. This term for a Jewish house of worship comes from the Greek for meeting. Okay, player 1.
I think sometimes it's just referred to as temple.
Right.
Or maybe that's more a more specific thing.
Begin this act, part of penance, by saying, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." Then spill the beans. It's player 1.
That would be... Please let it be confession and not confessions.
We return to you, player 1. Zen, a branch of this Asian religion, aims
That's
for
Buddhism.
or enlightenment. Let's hear it, player 1.
Yeah, the second D.
Yeah.
Clearly need to utilize the...
You again, player 1. This type of sphere with a map of the Earth depicted on it has a name from the Latin for sphere.
Clearly need to utilize this part. Anytime I'm unsure of the spelling.
You are correct. Select again. This kind of book is quite handy. Its name comes from the Latin for hand. Yes, player 1.
Could it be an almanac? Really?
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 2.
A manual.
Correct. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Let's take it over to Kelly.
A non-structural embellishment at the end of a calligraphic letter is called one of these, from the Latin for flower.
I have no idea.
Correct response is flourish.
Oh. Yeah, that makes
Player
sense.
2, you pick again, please. The name of this fin on a shark's back comes from the Latin for back. Yes, player 1.
That's a dorsal fin.
Correct. You get to pick again. Texas A&M's Coastal Engineering Lab studies the coastal type of this, from the Latin for to gnaw. Let's hear it, player 2.
It can be a beaver.
That's it.
Or erosion, that also makes...
Choose again, player.
I'm glad I didn't ring in.
The rheumatoid type of this is 3 times as common in women as in men.
I've only heard of one thing that uses the term rheumatoid. That's arthritis.
That's correct. We return to you, player 1. When these are less than 5 minutes apart and last about a minute, you're in labor, and the fun is just beginning. Player 1.
Contractions.
Good. Select again. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
Look out! A symbol depicting waves, a skull and crossbones, and a person fleeing warn that a device is a source of this.
It's player 1.
Sure, that's... radiation.
That's correct. Player 1, back. Per the Major League Baseball injury report, Randy Johnson missed his last regular season start of 2006 due to back these.
That should just be pains.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Okay, spasms is more specific than pains.
Again, player 3. An amputee may suffer real pain from this ghostly type of limb. Player 1.
That's a phantom limb. But I guess it's just phantom,
Yes.
seeing as how phantom limb did not
Please
come up.
again, player 1. Elected in 2003, this governor made his totally fantastic film debut in 1970's Hercules Goes Bananas. Okay, player 1.
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That is correct.
Like, who else would it be?
You get to pick again, player 1.
Like, he did the accent and everything.
Known for his bold signature, died in 1793 while serving his 9th term as governor of Massachusetts.
Oh, that's Hancock, isn't it?
Sorry. Anyone else? It's player 1.
Because, I mean, like... bold signature. The guy's name is a slang term for signature.
By law, this ex-Texas governor can never be elected U.S. president again. Okay, player 3. You are correct. Player 3, you pick again, please. He was elected governor of Arkansas at age 32. Here's what we wanted. Bill Clinton. Player 3, pick again.
Yeah, just hand the daily double to player 3.
Player 3, you are currently...
She's in last place. She could certainly use the help.
Hamilton Fish, Enos T. Throop, and George Pataki have served as governors of this state. You are now in 2nd place. Select again. Published in Spain in 1605, this classic of world literature was an instant hit. Player 3? You got it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen. Let's hear it. Player 2. Right.
I was thinking Victoria, but
We return to you, player 2. Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen.
hey, you know,
Player 3.
good thing I didn't ring in.
That's right. Way to go. You again, player 3. Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, back to you. Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons. Let's hear it, player 1.
I mean, it's a wild guess. Wait, royalty on film. That's gonna be Henry VIII.
Yep.
Because the man for all seasons, I believe, was Thomas More. The category's royalty on film, so it's gotta be a royal of the time. And I know about the man of all seasons from a magazine issue on Henry VIII, so...
Of 50, 200, or 500, the one closest to the number of characters in War and Peace. Player 2. Good for you. Please pick again. Player 2. This title Sir Walter Scott character is torn between Rebecca and the Saxon Rowena. Okay, player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2, you pick again, please. In his The Trial, bank official Joseph K. is on the defensive as the accused.
Honestly, I can kind of just sit back for the rest of
Here's the correct response.
the first Jeopardy round.
Choose again. Player 2.
Like, I have built up quite a lead.
Thomas Hardy novel. Michael Henchard is the mayor of this title place. Yes, player 2. That is correct. Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter. Player 3? Correct.
Like, the computer opponents only just barely are able to actually reach my total, like surpass my total
And we have
between the two of them.
in these categories. Kmart. U.S. bodies of water. The New Testament. De Gaulle of Dat Guy. Awards and honors. And all of me. Player 2 gets to make the first selection once again. This time, we're moving into the double Jeopardy round. Admiralty Inlet and the Hood Canal are the two main branches of this irregular inlet in the northwest corner of Washington State. It's player 3. Right you are. You get to pick again, player 3. Although only about 1.5 square miles in area, Lake Conneaut, south of Erie, is this state's largest natural lake. Let's hear it. Player 2. Yes. Player 2. Pick again. After criminal activities by this secret society, Oklahoma was placed under martial law in September of 1923. Yes, player 1.
Could it be the KKK? Is it just KKK?
Right.
Okay, you're accepting that. I don't have to spell it out for you.
The 10th letter of the Greek alphabet.
All right, chat.
One.
You know what to do.
Yes. Player 1, back to you. Technically, it's known as the patella.
I don't know what a patella
Player
is.
2,
Oh, the kneecap.
good for you. Player 2, back to you. Max Sennett's silent movie Bumblers. Okay, player 2. Right you are. You again, player 2. Born in 1862, he founded the Vienna Secession School of Painting and also created vibrant portraits of women. Yes, player 3. Yes.
Okay, I need to start.
Choose again, player 3. The Gila River joins this river near Yuma, Arizona. Let's hear it. Player 2.
Start working a little harder. Because
Please.
Katie gets another correct answer. I am.
De Gaulle's June 18, 1940 broadcast in this city asking for France's leadership led to a death sentence in a French court. It's player 3. Ah, good. Select again. De Gaulle wanted a small mobile army versus static theories like this defensive line named for a minister of war. Player 3. Good.
Okay, at least it's Holly getting these. He's not Katie.
Please.
So I'm still in first place, technically.
In this February to July 1916 battle in which the Germans did not pass. Yes, player 2. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player 2. In 1965, de Gaulle won the presidency by defeating this socialist, later France's leader from 1981 to 1995. Okay, player
I don't know
2.
enough about French politics to.
That is correct. Player 2, pick again. In 1925, de Gaulle was promoted to the staff of the Supreme War Council by this marshal. Let's hear it, player 3. Good. You get to pick again, player 3. People who need Peabodys envy her for the Peabody Award she won for her 1994 HBO concert. The correct response is Barbra Streisand. Please pick again, player 3. This actor dedicated his American Beauty Oscar to his friend Jack Lemmon, who had inspired him. It's player 2. Correct. You again, player 2. For the musical Sunset Boulevard, Hugh Jackman won 2 Mo Awards, equivalent to the Tonys, in this his native country. Yes, player 2. Yes.
Yeah, if only I knew where Hugh Jackman was. Oh, and of course, player 2 gets a daily double.
2 daily doubles, and you're in the lead now. How much?
Please get it wrong.
The
It would be so funny.
Courage Award is modeled after a lantern from this frigate built in 1790s Boston. That puts you even further ahead.
Of course not.
Select again. Washington, D.C.'s theater awards are named for this First Lady of the American Theater. We're talking about Helen Hayes. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. One of the world's longest multiple arch dams helped form this state's Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Here's what we were looking for. Oklahoma. Player 2, back to you. This river that connects Lake St. Clair and Lake Erie provides part of the border between Michigan and Ontario. Let's hear it, player 3. You are correct. We return to you, player 3. Jesus grew up in this town in the southern part of Galilee. Okay, player 1.
Wait, no.
else want to hazard a guess on this?
Yes, the great town of Naz.
Here's the response we were looking for. Nazareth.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Player
I
3.
just didn't know there was only one Z.
In Luke, this angel told Zacharias that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son, and thou shalt call him John. Player 2. Yes. We return to you, player 2. The book of John records him as saying, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe." It's player 1.
I mean... Wait. You know what? What if it's Paul?
Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers?
I know there's a Paul.
Player 3? Right.
Who's Thomas?
Player 3, you pick again, please. Jesus was referring to this fisherman when he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church." Okay, player 2. Sorry, that's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 3. That's right, way to go. You get to pick again, player 3. On the road to Damascus, this future epistle writer was asked by Jesus, "Why persecutest thou me?" Yes, player 2. That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player 3. Nope. Anyone else?
Well, I'm certainly not gonna try.
Here's the correct response. Paul.
Oh, now you want Paul.
Player 3, back to you for our next selection. With some smarts, you'll know this popular name for the third molars. Here's what we wanted. The wisdom teeth. Player 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The body's growth and development are controlled by these substances secreted by the endocrine glands. Player 1.
That's hormones. Let's see, think that's what they're looking for.
That's correct. Select again. Scoliosis affects the spine. Scleritis affects the sclera, found in this body part. It's
Sclera is in the eye because I believe it's the white part of the eye.
right. Please pick again. Answer. The other daily double. Player 1. You're in last place, so let's see if you can close the gap. What'll it be? Answer this. Stick out your tongue and say "ah," and this fleshy bit hanging from the soft palate.
Oh, if only I had wagered a bit more.
Yep. And
Yeah, that's the way the game goes.
These proteins found in blood plasma are classified as alpha, beta, or gamma. Okay, player 3. Correct. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return.
At least it's somewhat close.
Round here for you, and today it features this category: 19th century names. You need to select your wager.
But you know what?
Press the corresponding direction.
I'm just gonna go for Max.
To select your response. The final Jeopardy clue is
First or second makes no difference here.
It's known because Mexican victims of his attacks would cry out in terror to Saint Jerome. Let's see your response. How much do you add to your total with that correct response? And your response?
Horse.
With that correct response, you will gain
First player 3 got enough to win by $5.
How much do you add to your total with that correct response?
If not for the fact that player 2 wins again by getting the final Jeopardy answer correct.
So long, everybody.
There's no way for me to beat player 2. No, I don't think. Because it's tied to which Wiimote you're using, and I'm pretty sure you always have to have a Wiimote number 1. So...
This is Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. Player 1. And now, here is the host.
The categories for the Jeopardy round are Amelia Earhart, Shakespeare. How about a little romance language, sports legends, furniture words, and you're so subtractive. Player 1, you're in command of the board as we can. Around the Vatican, you might be able to practice this source language of all romance languages.
would be...
Yes, player 3.
Fuck you, Amanda.
Choose again, player 3. Of Catalan, Bulgarian, or Romanian, the one that is not a Romance language. Let's hear it, player 3. That's correct. You again, player 3. This title queen uses an asp, a poor venomous fool, to kill herself. Okay, player 1. Select letters
That's
by
Cleopatra.
out at the screen and then pressing the A button. Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word. You got it. Player 1, pick again. It's the most widely spoken Romance language in the world. Yes, player 1.
I'm gonna guess it's Spanish. Probably either Spanish or Portuguese.
That's it. Player 1, back to you. Ligurian, Lombard, and Piedmontese are all dialects of this Romance language. Let's hear it, player 3.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I figured too late that it was Italian.
Again, player 3. This extinct Romance language of Croatia shares its name with a dog breed. Player 1.
Believe Dalmatian
That's correct.
is one of them.
Player 1, pick again. Something up for debate is on it. Someone who's had a few too many drinks can end up under it. It's player 1.
Oh yeah, because generally they don't require articles like hey, the.
We return to you, player 1. In 1965, members of this included Robert McNamara and Stuart Udall. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna guess cabinet because like it would be either that or maybe a judicial bench.
That's right. Way to go. Player 1, stretch out in this garden area in which plants are grown, or perhaps here at the bottom of a lake. Player 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Choose again.
that makes sense.
This empire began around 1300 and lasted until...
That's the Ottoman Empire.
Yes, player
Only empire that really shares its name with a furniture item. I assume they just want Ottoman and the Ottoman Empire.
Player 1, you pick again. To phrase your words in a specific way. Okay, player 1.
Oh, I am blanking on the term. Couch, I think.
Correct. Select again. It's 237 minus 113. It's player 1.
That's going to be 124.
Right. You again, player 1. 117 minus 47 minus 10 equals this. Yes, player 1.
Depending on how you do the...
No.
Fuck off.
Any other takers? It's player 3. You got it. You get to pick again, player 3. This moneylender asks, hates any man the thing he would not kill? Okay, player 3. Right you are. Player 3, back to you. Barry Bonds broke this man's home run record of 755. Let's hear it, player 3. That is correct.
Like how Katie has done absolutely nothing.
This 7-time Tour de France champ said the New York City Marathon was the hardest physical thing he'd ever done. Player 3.
Yeah. Yeah, the name came to me too late.
Next selection. From 1984 to 1992, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and this man won all the NBA's regular season MVP awards. Let's hear it, player 2. That's it.
Yeah, it's just like,
You again,
oh right, who's the guy with the one ball?
99 minus 55 minus 33 minus 11 equals this. Okay, player 1.
44, so it'd be 0.
Yes. Please pick again, player 1127 minus 121 minus 116 equals this. Yes, player 1.
So that would be 100. That would be 100. That would be 1006. So I think it's 890.
Right. You get to pick again, player 1. From the Latin for diminish, it's the term for a number from which another number is subtracted. Player 1.
I actually no idea. What is?
Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3.
I guess the minuend.
Choose again, player 3. Amelia's first plane was bright yellow and named for this songbird.
I'm gonna guess
Okay.
a canary. Because, like, what other songbirds would you name a yellow plane after?
Player 1, you pick again, please.
Oh no.
It's the Daily Double.
Please let it be like
Currently in the
Midsummer Night's Dream name or something. Yeah, I'm gonna wager 100
Your Daily Double
just in case.
uses the word assassination for what he plans to do to Duncan.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Like, that's twice that's been a real softball.
Pick again. Let's go over to Kelly.
A reconstruction of this famous Shakespearean theater opened in London in 1997.
Here's the correct response. The globe.
Yeah, I thought that was it, but then I was like,
Select again.
did they know about the world being round at the time?
Characters in this play include the charming Rosalind and the sardonic Jaques.
Jaques?
Player 3? Right.
Isn't that name usually pronounced Jacques?
Choose again. Player 3. In
Jaques.
June of 1928, Amelia became the first woman to fly across this body of water, though she was only a passenger.
The Atlantic?
Player 1.
Could be the Pacific too. Yeah, I'm even gonna say Atlantic Ocean.
Correct.
Just to make sure
Player 1, you pick again, please.
that it doesn't think I'm referring to something else.
About 18 hours from Wheeler Field in this state to Oakland, California. Let's hear it, player 3.
Ah, yeah.
You again, player 3. In 1904, he became the first pitcher in the American League to throw a perfect game. An award is named for him. Here's what we were looking for. Cy Young. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Here's Kelly, she'll show you.
The Green Bay Packers maintain a replica of the office of this legendary coach known for his commitment to winning.
The correct response is Vince Lombardi. Select again. On her last flight, Amelia Earhart took off from this large island. Yes, player 3. Oh, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Is Australia considered an island?
Here's the response we were
Like,
looking
I guess it is because I think it's counted as being like part of the continent of Oceania.
Amelia was promised her independence when she married a member of this prominent publishing family. Here's the correct response. Putnam. Okay, we have player 2 in third place, which means that player 2 will go first in the Double Jeopardy round. Clues, player 2, you're in last place. Let's see if you can close that gap. Siamese kittens develop their full adult color within a few months, but are born mostly this color.
I'm gonna guess white.
You are correct. You get to pick again, player 1. The Bombay cat, a cross between a Burmese and a black American shorthair, originated in this largest Kentucky city. We're talking about Louisville. We return to you, player 1. In England, this cat breed was once known as a foreign blue. Okay, player 1.
I think it's Prussian and not Russian. Yeah, Prussian blue.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Anyone else?
It was Russian blue, I guess?
The correct response is the Russian blue.
Yeah, Prussian blue is like a color, I guess.
Player 1. Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are currently in second place. You need to select your wager.
I'll wager 1,000.
And the clue. This dog that derives its name from a place on the eastern shore of the Adriatic is also called a coach dog.
Be the Dalmatian?
Lead is also
Yeah.
yours. Player 1, pick again. Corgis come in 2 breeds, Cardigan Welsh Corgi and this one. Let's hear it, player 2. Good. Player 2, back to you. In The Buccaneer, Yul Brynner played this pirate who aided Andrew Jackson in the Battle of New Orleans. Yes, player 2. Yes. Choose again, player 2. A shamal is a wind that whips up this blinding phenomenon. It's player 1.
It would be a sandstorm?
Correct. Select again. The number 3 is Talata, and this day of the week is El Talat. Okay, player 1.
I mean, if we go by the order on most calendars, that sounds like Tuesday.
Yeah, good. Player 1, back. The name of this headdress for men may be related to the word coif. Let's hear it. Player 2. That's it. Player 2, back to you. Change one letter in Wade to get this: a gully that's dry except during periods of rain. Here's the correct response: a wadi. We return to you, player 2. In Arabic, follow a hope about the future, like the train arriving shortly, with this, meaning God willing. Here's what we were looking for: inshallah.
Yeah, yeah, I believe I've heard that term.
Player 2. In a 1953 comedy, Abbott and Costello try to go to this planet, but end up at Mardi Gras instead. It's player 1.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess. Mars?
Right you are. Player 1, you pick again, please. Originally, this term referred to the man employed on a cattle train who prodded the cattle to keep them on their feet. Player 3?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Player 3, pick again. This gunmaker's classic Peacemaker .45 revolver could be purchased by mail order for $17. Yes, player 2. That's correct. Please pick again, player 2. In March of 1879, this young killer met secretly with New Mexico Governor Lew Wallace to discuss a pardon. He never got it. Okay, player 3. Yes. You get to pick again, player 3. Someone in partnership with another was in these, probably from the French for hut.
Oops,
Player
perhaps.
That's correct. Choose again, player 1. 2 hours after he received a death sentence for killing Jesse James, the Missouri governor pardoned him. Here's the correct response: Robert Ford. Player 1, back to you. Critic Michael Kleinschrodt said of this star in The Big Easy, the very worst example of a New Orleans accent. It's player 3. Yep. Player 3, you pick again, please. Answer: the second daily double. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. How much are you going to... The clue: in this movie, Betty Davis plays a Southern belle who loses Henry Fonda when she wears a red dress to a ball. You've moved up to first
Yeah, of
place.
course.
You get to pick again, player 3. New Orleans set, The Cincinnati Kid, with him in the title role, is one of the great poker movies of all time. Yes, player 3. Yes. Please pick again, player 3. And here's Kelly.
The final act of this Bizet opera takes place outside a bull ring, similar to this one, where the heroine is stabbed to death.
We're talking about Carmen. We return to you, player 3. In 1939, she made her operatic debut in Cavalleria Rusticana in Athens at the age of 15. Let's hear it, player 2. That is correct. Select again. This Barnaby Rudge author wrote the libretto for John Hulla's The Village Coquettes. It's player 3. Right. You again, player 3. The 3 basic vocal classifications for women opera singers are soprano, mezzo-soprano, and this lowest range. Okay, player 2. Good for you. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Italian opera of the early 1700s developed into 2 basic types, opera seria, or serious opera, and this, comic opera. Yes, player 1.
Yeah, I'm just... Really? Well, what even is...
Any guess on this? Let's hear it, player 2. Right. Player 2, pick again. The 735-acre campus of this Baptist school is on the banks of the Brazos River in Waco, Texas. Here's what we wanted. Baylor. We return to you, player 2. One of the most popular organizations at this state university in Louisiana is the Tiger Marching Band, founded in 1926. Here's the response we were looking for. Grambling. Select again. This college was intended to be the first college within the University of Dublin, but it's still the only one. Player 3? Good. You get to pick again, player 3. Charles, not Sonny, was the benefactor of this Medford, Massachusetts university. It's player 2. You are correct. And now the $2,000 clue. Beloit College in this state was founded in 1846, while that state was still a territory. Okay, player 2. Correct.
And I'm once again entering Final Jeopardy in 3rd place.
Everything depends on Final Jeopardy, of course, so let's take a look at the category, shall we? African cities. Please enter your wager.
It's all bet maximum.
Represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Here's the clue for you. Africa's most populous city not on a navigable body of water. Its settlers didn't need water when they had gold. What did you say? And that correct response will
Just wild guess.
What did you put as your response?
But of course,
And this
player 2 got it right.
to your score? Let's see your response. And that
But player 2 does not win because player 3 bet more than $5.
this makes you our new champion, player 3. So congratulations. We'll see you next time.
think probably like 1, maybe 2 more attempts.
This is Jeopardy! And now, here is the...
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make the next selection as we continue. You can point the Wii remote at the screen. This book says Noah's Ark was 300 cubits in length, making it about 500 feet long. Player 1, point the Wii remote at the screen and press the A button to select letters.
Probably not, but I'm gonna try.
Once you've typed in some letters, feel free to select your word. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? Let's hear it, Player 3. That's right. Way to go. Player 3, back to you. Jacob and this other twin son of Rebecca even struggled against each other in their mother's womb. Here's what we wanted. Esau. Choose again. Player 3. In 1565, Portuguese knight Estácio de Sá founded this Brazilian city on Guanabara Bay. Yes, Player 3. Good. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. By the 7th century, this civilization's city of Tikal in the Yucatan had a population of tens of thousands. Okay, Player 1.
B. Not the Incas.
You got it.
These Incas,
Back on the plus side.
Incan is not even in the game's dictionary.
Land management can help you adopt one of these wild donkeys. Yes, Player 1.
Is it a burrow? Because it's saying in Spanish, so
You again, Player 1. As well as manly or virile, this word can mean sledgehammer. It's
perhaps
Player 1.
macho?
Hey, you're right. Please pick again. Whether after Cuba or not, it simply means free. Player 3.
Yeah, I should have gone.
Player 3, you pick again, please. This can mean taste or flavor. Con mucho this means with great pleasure. Let's hear it, Player 2. Good. We return to you, Player 2. Here's Kelly to start us off.
In Spanish spelling, this mark above the N indicates that rather than una, the word should be pronounced uña.
Player 1.
Is there a specific one? Is there a specific term you're looking for, or is it just... It's clearly not just accent mark.
No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? The correct response is Matilda.
Oh.
Please pick again, Player 2. For its state mineral, Colorado chose rhodochrosite, which is a deep shade of this primary color? Here's the correct response. Red. You get to pick again, player 2. Answer, it's the Daily Double. You're in second right now. What'll it be? Okay, here is the clue. In 1541, Pedro de Valdivia, a soldier of this Inca conqueror, founded the city of Santiago in Chile. The lead is also yours. You again, player
Once
2.
again, player 2 is dominating.
7. This physician and patron of voodoo was elected president of Haiti, which he ruled with an iron fist for 14 years. Yes, player 3. Yes.
Yeah!
Select again. In December of 1980, a junta appointed José Napoleon Duarte president of this small Central American country. Let's hear it, player 2. Yep. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. This blackboard rock is formed when shale is subjected to immense heat and pressure. Okay, player
Could it be
1.
chalk? Either went chalk or the stuff that blackboards are made out of.
No.
It's the stuff that blackboards are made out of. And I don't know what that's called, so...
It's player 2. Correct. Choose again, player 2. Galena is the principal ore of this metallic element, symbol PB. Let's hear it, player 2. Yeah, good. Player 2, back to you. Scoria, a dark glassy rock created from this, is heavier than pumice and has bigger holes. Okay, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, you pick again, please. On the Mohs scale, this mineral can be scratched by every other mineral.
Could it be flint?
Sorry. Any other takers? We're talking about talc.
I knew shit about the Mohs scale at one point.
Samuel 28. The prophet Samuel appears to King Saul and predicts his defeat by this group. Yes, player 3. That's right. Way to go. Choose again. Player 3. 2009. Glenn Close. Here's the response we were looking for. Damages. We return to you, player 3. 2008. Alec Baldwin. Here's what we were looking for. 30 Rock. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. 2009, Bryan Cranston. Here's the correct response. Breaking Bad. You again, player 3. 2005, Felicity Huffman.
Well, the computer opponent actually has one.
Player 3, pick again. 2004, Cynthia Nixon. The correct response is Sex and the City. player 3, you pick again, please. According to the Bible, she was not only Abraham's wife, she was also his half-sister. Yes, player 2. Right. Select again. Deuteronomy may mean second law, but it's this number book of the Old Testament. Okay, player 1.
I don't know, is it third? I might as well guess. I'm already
Anyone else?
so far in the hole.
It's player 2. You are correct. You get to pick again, player 2. You can get customized Gree bags at the historic Voodoo Museum on Dumaine Street in this city. Player 1?
I mean, it would be weird if it wasn't New Orleans. Like, with that description.
Player 1. As this society has a long history, maps were the theme of a major 2007 exhibit at its museum, Explorers Hall. Let's hear it, player 2. Right you are.
On National Geographic.
Player 2, back to you. You can ham it up at a museum in this Virginia town. It houses a ham cured in 1902. Okay, player 3. That's it. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center in this Alabama city contains a vast collection of rockets and space memorabilia. Here's the correct response. Huntsville. And now the $1,000 clue. An arm of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the LA Museum of this, teaches about bigotry, racism, and the Holocaust. Here's what we wanted. Tolerance. Player 1 is going first in Double Jeopardy when we come back.
Well, at least I was only the first round, so I'm not completely out yet.
Categories? All right, player 1. As promised, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. It's a network of nerves like the solar one. Yes, player 1.
You just went system? And not nervous system? Yeah, I've got to make sure to give the exact right response, otherwise...
Sorry, that's wrong.
Well, why was neither coming up?
Let's hear it, player 3. You got it.
Oh, because it was fucking plexus.
Back to you. Nephrology is a medical specialty concerned with these organs. Player 2. No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3. No. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna go deeper in the hole.
Here's what we were looking for. The kidneys.
Yeah, no way was I gonna guess kidneys.
It's also called the auditory tube, and when it's blocked, an earache can result. Let's hear it, player 1. live for
What the fuck do you
Anyone
mean?
else want to hazard a guess on this?
Like, are you looking for eardrum?
That's correct. Please pick again. Player 2. From the Greek for bad mold, it's an abnormal growth of tissue or bone. Dogs get it in their hips. Okay, player 3. Right. You get to pick again, player 3. This woman, with a reputation as a hard-drinking, foul-mouthed ruffian, claimed she married Wild Bill Hickok. Here's the correct response. Calamity Jane. Player 3, you pick again, please. This company helped track down Black Bart, the bandit who'd robbed its stagecoaches about 27 times. It's player 2. Yes. We return to you, player.
Yeah, they're kind of well known for stagecoaches.
Some say Arizona Donnie Clark was just overprotective, but she's infamously known by this name. Yes, player 3. Right. Choose again, player 3. A ballad ends, they'll bury them side by side. To few it'll be grief, to the law a relief, but it's death for them. Player 2. Good. Player 2, pick again. Harry Longbaugh got this nickname after serving time in a Wyoming prison for horse theft. We're talking about Sundance. Select again. The Gobelin factory of France was famous for these wall hangings and began manufacturing them around 1600. It's player 3. Good for you. Please pick again, player 3. This author of Timon of Athens was part owner of London's Blackfriars Theatre. Okay, player 3. Correct. Player 3, pick again. Beginning around 1790 in New York City, Duncan Phyfe was a leader in the artful manufacturing of this. Here's the response we were looking for. Furniture. Choose again, player 3.
Of course, we're just gonna
Answer?
let player 3 have the daily double.
In second place. How much? All right, here's your clue. His portrait of Jonathan Buttall is known as the Blue Boy. That's correct. Player 3, back to you. These 5 bones make up the palm of the hand. Here's the correct response. The metacarpal bones. We return to you, player 3. John Ford directed this verdant 1941 winner about a Welsh mining family. Let's hear it, player 3. Hey, you're right. Player 3, you pick again, please. Greer Garson survives a Luftwaffe attack and the annual flower show as the...
Yeah, I think I'm done. Alright, thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. Next stream is planned for tomorrow night with the Thanksgiving cooking center stream, which I might see about like pairing that with something else as well. Just to, spice things up a little bit. It's kind of a shame that Cooking Sim doesn't have mods at all, so I can't, like, other than maybe finding some new, maybe, like, there being some new DLC, I can't really add anything to the game itself. Guess I could find, like, an alternative to Cooking Simulator that's a bit more open. Yeah, like I don't really know if I'm ever gonna stream Jeopardy for the week.